across the parish, a family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown with NFL news from Adam Schefter. The Bears will sign GM Ryan Poles to a contract extension through the 2029 season. In his first 3 years with the team, Poles has tried to rebuild the franchise. The Bears haven't had a winning season since 2018, and they haven't won a playoff game since 2010. With training camp starting soon, ESPN's Mike Tannenbaum says the Chiefs should have this conversation with tight end Travis Kelce.
We are on the same side of the table. You can help us win a championship because your 15, 20 plays a game may be the most meaningful. Third down, red zone, and you're going to be pissed and frustrated in September and October, but you'll be rewarded in December and January because you'll be fresh for the playoffs.
Mike Tannenbaum on Get Up. Former Alabama basketball player Darius Miles will stand trial for capital murder in December. He's accused of aiding and abetting co-defendant Michael Davis, who was already found guilty and sentenced to life without parole for shooting Birmingham mother Jamia Harris more than 2 years ago.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Go!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Musso. And Mr. Toby Pomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Phil Steele, you heard me correctly. In 15 minutes from right now, LSU baseball signee Reagan Rickett earlier today said, hey, MLB Draft, not interested. I'm going to be a Tiger. Reagan Rickett will be here in hour number 3. No Terrio today. Our guy, Mr. The Riot, is doing a keynote speech at the Grand in Point Claire, Alabama.
Nice.
And then leaving straight from there to go to 30A.
Yeah.
Naturally. He's got the bumper sticker and everything to prove it.
He has made just a complete, face turn to 30A.
And about face.
Yeah.
A 180.
Yeah. I mean, I was going with, an old, wrestling thing, turning face. But, yeah.
I think it's a heel turn.
Thing. And then when they aren't heel, they turn face. But anyway, again, because he was a 30A heel.
That wouldn't make him a good guy. Let's begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Could have gone way down that. We just needed to go. That would have been a whole gold dust. You know how many people commented on the video from the other day about me going gold dust?
How many?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
Scone, gold dust reference?
Gold dust reference.
I mean, I was a child of the 80s and the 90s. Yes, very familiar with gold dust. He died, didn't he?
Nope.
Yes, he did. Check it out. Goldust died, I guarantee you. Goldust is dead. That was Dusty Rhodes' kid. Dusty Rhodes is dead.
Dusty Rhodes is dead. Dustin Reynolds is definitely alive.
96% positive. Goldust also died.
Oh, no, he's alive.
No, he's dead.
He is 56 years old.
He's definitely dead. Goldust is dead. Maybe the real guy who played him is alive, but Goldust is dead.
Okay.
They killed him. Or I just killed him. All right, let's just get going here. Okay. I am not really big into hyperbole. I know I say that often, but it's true. I've done this job long enough to know, like, you never get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. When you make declarative statements, they tend to bite you. Well, they tend to bite you in the ass. That's what happens. In 2007, LSU beat Florida in a great game, and the next week they went on the road to play Kentucky. And before that game, I said, as a young 25-year-old talk show host, there is zero chance, my words, quote, zero chance LSU loses to Kentucky. Yeah, well, they lost in 3 overtimes. That's a hard way to learn a lesson. So I try very much in earnest not to be hyperbolic and to keep things in context and perspective. And this may take some more research, but y'all, this might be the best week of the Brian Kelly era, the most significant week of the entire Brian Kelly era. Now, I understand, please, like, there have been amazing games, right? You beat Alabama in overtime. Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman. Last year's win over Ole Miss in overtime. There have been amazing games and on-the-field moments and things like that. And I'm not minimizing. I'm talking in totality and long-term visibility, all that sort of stuff. Look at what LSU has done this week. But there was massive news on Friday, which I'll get to here in a second, which sort of is the punctuation of this thing. Earlier this week, you had Kelvin Bolden from Ole Miss. Even if you don't know who Kelvin Bolden is, fine. Go look at anybody who covers Ole Miss and look at the reaction to LSU hiring Kelvin Bolden away from Ole Miss as a support staff member. Guys from Mississippi, played collegiately in Mississippi, has been a key part of their staff, worked with Austin Thomas at Ole Miss. Now Austin Thomas has brought him to Baton Rouge. We learned on Thursday they're bringing Jeff Martin home. I told you my feelings on that. Jeff was a student worker in the football program in 2002 under Nick Saban. Worked under Saban, Miles, Ogeron. 20 years in the football program. In 2021, SC came, made him an offer. He went to LSU's brass, said, hey, I have this offer. Can you match? Can you counter? They said no. He went to the West Coast. Now, Jeff Martin's back. Also on Thursday, you had Lamar Brown and DeAnthony Lafayette. And then on Friday, Shea Dixon breaks the news that Sam Petitto is joining the LSU staff. Now, I understand fully, y'all. I understand. When I throw out names like Kelvin Bolden or Jeff Martin or Sam Petitto, a lot of the support staff members, I've talked about others, J.R. Belton, Donovan Tate, even Jordan Arcemont. A lot of people don't know the support staff. You know the on-field assistants. Like, you know Joe Sloan, Blake Baker, Kyle Williams. Like, you know Corey Raymond, Frank Wilson, Cortez Hankton. You know who those guys are. The support staff that operates in the shadows, largely the fan base doesn't know. But I'm here to tell you, Sam Petitto is... That's not a double off the wall. That's not a homer. That's a grand slam that, like, leaves the stadium. Yo, Sam Petitto is from a meet. He's in his mid-40s. He spent a couple of years at Georgia. And for 8 years, Sam Petitto was Nick Saban's sidecar when it came to talent evaluation. Like, Nick Saban would say to Sam Petitto, hey, I'm looking for a defensive end with these measurables, this statistic, this mold that the NFL wants. Like, go find me this guy. And Sam Petitto would go do it. He did that for 8 years for Nick at Alabama. Guy from Amite, Louisiana. You know why Devontae Smith was committed to Georgia? Sam Petitto. Google it. There's quotes about Devontae Smith saying the impact Sam Petitto had in his life. Again, both guys from a meet. When Sam Petitto left Georgia and went to Alabama, Devontae Smith flipped to Alabama. Eight years, Petitto was in Tuscaloosa. In February 24, so about a year and a half ago, he got hired by Ohio State. Ryan Day hired him. Okay. What was the biggest portal ad? What was the biggest portal ad last year for Ohio State? Caleb Downs from Alabama. Why did he end up at Ohio State? Sam Petitto. Oh, Matt, they paid him a bunch. Yeah, but everybody would have paid Caleb Downs that number to get him. Quinshon Judkins. Hey, man, didn't Quinshon Judkins go to Ole Miss? Yeah, but he's from Pike Road, Alabama. And you know the guy on the Alabama staff who wanted Quinshon Judkins at Bama? Sam Petitto. There was a disagreement internally. Judkins ends up at Ole Miss. When Petitto goes to Ohio State and Judkins goes in the portal, guess where he ends up? Ohio State, because Sam Petitto. Oh, by the way, who's the biggest recruit in Louisiana not committed to LSU right now? Muse, who is it?
It's Blaine Bradford.
Yeah, where's he committed?
Ohio State.
Why do you think that is?
Sam Petitto.
Big part of it.
Yeah.
Oh. Who did LSU get a commitment from on Thursday? Muse, help me out here.
Lamar Brown.
No, it was D'Anthony Lafayette.
Oh, D'Anthony Lafayette.
I'm kidding.
Both of them, actually.
I'm kidding. Yes, Lamar Brown. Hey, you know what Lamar Brown tweeted earlier today right after the Sam Petitto news broke?
Actually, I do not.
Here's the tweet from 11:08 a.m. Come home, exclamation point, tiger face emoji, at Blaine1307. Lamar Brown is going, hey, Blaine, come on. Again, I'm not into hyperbole. Might sound like it right now. That's not really my thing. I hope this impresses upon you how significant this is. Y'all, we are living in an era of college football that is transformative. It's not just about your head coach and building a recruiting staff among your 10 on-field assistants and coaching them on the field. Like, it is now built like an NFL staff. You have your coaching staff that coaches the team, and yes, they have to recruit as well. But you have your front office, and your front office does talent evaluation and scouting and manages the roster and the numbers and the salary cap and all of that. And so much of that is relational as well. And this week, man, have they done an incredible job of not just adding staffers, but like dudes. And think about what this staff looked like when Brian Kelly was hired. Half the staff was dudes that knew Brian Kelly. Half the staff were people that knew Louisiana. Brian Polian, he brought in Robert Steeples. He brought Kerry Cooks from South Bend. He brought Jake Flint from South Bend. He hired Mike Denbrock. And look, some of those are good. Jake Flint's still your strength and conditioning coordinator. Denbrock was awesome. He's now back in Notre Dame. But a lot of them were whiffs. And what's happened subsequent? They have loaded up the staff 100% with Louisiana people. That's it. Every one of your 10 assistants all are from or have ties to LSU or Louisiana. And now look at your support staff. You've built a support staff that is only people who know what it's like to win here. This is no longer Brian Kelly's staff. This is Austin Thomas's staff. Scott Woodward brought Austin Thomas back, and Brian Kelly said, hey, guy, build me a roster that looks like the ones that won championships here. I know I can coach. I know my assistants can coach. Build me a roster that can win a national championship. How do we do that? Well, we need this guy, this guy, this guy. They'll get the blah, blah, blah. Go. This is what it looks like. I'm not telling you right now that in 2025, LSU's going 16-0 and winning a national championship. I don't know what's going to happen this year in the season. All I'm saying is, as you start to project what it takes to consistently build a roster that looks like one's able to win championships, these are the dudes that have done it over and over and over and over again, and now you got them all on one staff. It is a really, really good week for LSU football. Maybe the best since Brian Kelly's been hired. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. I mean, this is something, y'all. Looking at what they've done is something. Anyway, and by the way, like, that's not even everything. I mean, I didn't even mention, like, Jai Shuderi coming in, hiring Eric Held, who is the head of the Louisiana Coaches Association, now on staff. Like, I'm just hitting the high notes. I'm not even talking about all of the foundational stuff they've done. It's amazing. It's amazing what they've been able to do here in this offseason. All right, it's after further review. Our show Up and Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the Tigers. Y'all hanging out this weekend. Going to be out by the pool, throwing some meat on the grill, watching your favorite Major League Baseball teams, having a bite to eat at your favorite restaurant. Make sure you get plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the Tigers. Remember, here locally, that's Mockler Beverage. That's a great local company. It's been around for 4 decades serving our community. Every charity event, church fair, school fair, every event you ever go to and you see Bud Light and all the Mockler products, all the Anheuser-Busch products, that's because Mockler Beverage is so invested in our communities here in Louisiana. So drink easy with the official beer of the Tigers. This Bud's for you, the great taste of Bud and Bud Light. All right, it's after further review. Phil Steele joins us next.
After further review.
Man, I had a great day today. Went over to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, but not just Goodwood. Of course, they've been a great partner of ours, but what they have built there is a 3-pronged entity all in the same place. You have Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, which is the men's clinic. You have Unique Physique, which is semaglutide, tirzepatide, the GLP-1 medications, the injectables for weight loss you hear so much about. And now open is Unique Aesthetics. When your boy went and got Botox today, they invited me to come by. I was happy to go do it. But the point is, if you want the men's clinic, if you want the GLP-1s for weight loss, or you want the aesthetic clinic for Botox, laser hair removal, all the laser therapies, hydrofacials, all the latest technologies, they got it all in one place right there on Drusilla. And, of course, you can learn more at yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. You want to look and feel your best? You can. yourgoodwood.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values: committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Feels like a Friday in the fall. We get to talk to Phil Steele, not previewing games, but previewing the season. Couldn't be more excited to do it. Phil, how are you, man?
You know, I am doing great, Matt. How about yourself today?
I mean, I get to talk to Phil Steele. You kidding me? This is the best day in the history of the world. I'm fired up. We got football right upon us, man. Hey, there's a lot of people here, Phil, that are really – we got a couple segments. I want to talk LSU, and then I'm going to talk SEC and some big picture stuff. But people here really bullish on this team because of what they did in the portal. I'm so curious, when you put together your positional rankings, how you sort of account for what LSU did in the transfer portal.
Yeah, you have to account for it. And, I think LSU has one of the best transfer portal classes of any team in the country this year. So tremendous job bringing in talent, both offensively and defensively. You know, generally when a team loses all your receivers or the majority of the receivers like they do, you have question marks. But I actually think it could be an upgrade at the receiving corps this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching LSU this season.
What do you think about Nussmeier and where you have him slotted in the SEC?
Yeah, I got him first team SEC. So, I mean, he's a guy that threw for over 4,000 yards last year, 29 touchdowns, just 12 interceptions. And he's a guy that, gets better. He improved his footwork, throwing the ball well. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And with the receiving core he's got, I look for another huge season from him.
I'm going to talk about who you have behind him with Arch and Sellers and John Mateer, which is an interesting one there. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. But Phil, one of the things you and I always talk about when we do the preseason look, and I know you look so deeply at strength of schedule. When you look at the 12-game slate for LSU, where do you rate their schedule among the SEC teams?
I rate them overall the sixth toughest schedule in the country. But when you look at LSU, as far as SEC games alone, they do play Clemson in the non-conference slate. SEC games alone, I actually have them middle of the pack in the SEC. I think the toughest SEC schedule belongs to Oklahoma, who naturally have no breaks anywhere, just like they did last year. And the easiest SEC schedule goes to Texas, just like it was last year, where they play very few of the big boys and have a very manageable schedule.
Phil, when you look at LSU's slate, sixth toughest in the league, one of the things that I look at is I always say, like, where is there that gauntlet? And sometimes that includes back-to-back road conference games. LSU doesn't have that. As you look at it, what would be the toughest stretch on LSU's schedule this year?
I would have to go the month of November, the 4 straight weeks in November. Now, granted, Western Kentucky's in there, but playing Alabama and Oklahoma on the road and then getting that sneaky game against Arkansas. Keep in mind, Arkansas is coming in off a bye. LSU's off of Alabama. So I think you got 3 really tough SEC games in a 4-game stretch. 2 of them on the road against 2 teams that I consider playoff contenders.
Yeah. So I know I've read a lot of your stuff this offseason. So Oklahoma and Alabama you're very high on. Maybe a thought on why you see both of those teams maybe having a bounce back from a year ago.
Yeah, I think when you look at Alabama, it was a first year for a head coach, and you talk to any head coach, and, I talked to all the head coaches during the off season. You ask any second-year head coach, hey, what's it like this year? Hey, it's night and day. It's completely different than last year. Last year, we are incorporating our systems, learning the players. Now in the second year, it's so much better. And when you look at the talent level for Alabama, I rate all of their units in the top 10, with the exception of quarterback. The big question for them is going to be quarterback, but running backs, receivers, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, DBs, all in my top 10 units. So it's a lot of talent. I think Ty Simpson can step in and do a good job. And Kalen DeBoer has been a success wherever he's gone. Yes, they did lose 3 regular season games last year, but still nearly made the playoff. Now he's in his second year. And when you look at their schedule, Matt, the only game I've got him an underdog in all year is at Georgia. It's a very favorable schedule with who they play, where they play them, and when they play them. The Auburn game's going to be tough, and Jordan-Hare, the final game of the season, Auburn always plays them tough there. South Carolina's going to be tough, but I do have them favored in those games. So I think you're probably looking at 11-1 year and a possible SEC title game. With Oklahoma, as I mentioned, last year they came in and played the toughest schedule in the SEC, and they play, once again, the toughest schedule in the SEC this year. A couple of differences, though. Last year they only had 3 SEC home games. This year they have only 3 SEC true road games. Yes, they play Texas and Dallas, but the other road games are South Carolina, Tennessee, and Bama, all tough. But they do get the majority of the rest of their games at home. And last year, there was no questioning Oklahoma's defense. It was one of the best in the country against that killer schedule that they faced. They held opponents to 87 yards per game below their season average, number 6 in the country. They are loaded on defense again, 8 starters back, led by R. Mason Thomas. And, of course, Venables calling the plays on defense as well. Then you look at the fact that offensively last year, they had 0 returning starters on the offensive line. Big question mark. They lost their top 5 receivers due to injury. It's no wonder Jackson Arnold struggled. Well, you remember Clemson 2 years ago? They struggled on offense because all the receivers were out with injury. Then last year, those receivers came back. They added some other receivers into the mix. All of a sudden, Cade Klubnik's thrown for 4,000 yards. I can see the same type of thing with Oklahoma this year. They have a vastly improved receiving corps, a veteran offensive line now. They've got one of the best offensive line coaches in the country in Benbaugh. And then they bring in John Mateer coming in from Washington State, who gives them that run-pass option there, and very productive in the same offense he ran at Washington State as they bring in Ben Arbuckle. I like the running back core with Jonathan Barnes, I should say, a running back. And then overall, they now have an offense to go with that defense, and the schedule's more manageable. So I like Oklahoma as a chance to potentially make a playoff this year. They're my number 1 surprise team in the country.
Wow. We're going to get to that in a bit because Phil's win totals is Phil, like that's my – whenever we get this opportunity to talk and I ask you for an over-under win total play, I mean, I've seen you hit with Miami, with Iowa in recent years. It's like that's an auto play for me. So we'll get to that in a sec. It looks like there might be some might be a few Diet Cokes on OU. I want to ask, though, because you brought up Mateer. Last thing here, we'll break and come back and wrap. But you don't have DJ Lagway on your first team or on your All-SEC. You've got Nussmeier, Arch, Lenora Sellers, John Mateer. Give me a thought, if you would, on Lagway and what your projection is for Florida.
I think Lagway's going to have a really good year. There's questions about the health coming in, but I do think he'll be 100% healthy. If he's 100% healthy, stays healthy, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. Now, Florida, much like Oklahoma, plays a grueling schedule, but they've got more tough road tests. You look at them, they have to play LSU on the road, Miami of Florida on the road, a top 10 team, Texas A&M on the road, Georgia in Jacksonville, Ole Miss on the road, and that doesn't even include playing a team like Texas at home. So it's a pretty rough schedule. My questions with Lagway would probably be, I think they're going to run the football a little bit more than not throw the ball as much as maybe Oklahoma will this year, and then the question mark with the health. But I think if he stays healthy all year, even against that schedule, even in those tough road venues, he'll be one of the top quarterbacks in the SEC.
He is Phil Steele. Of course, pick up the Phil Steele preseason preview. You can get it, the college football preseason preview, at Phil, I would assume we're at Barnes & Noble's?
Yeah, Barnes & Noble and Books A Million are the two locations you can get it brick and mortar, or you can go to philsteele.com. And when you go to philsteele.com, I charge you a shipping charge, but we do give you the digital magazine for free, and the digital magazine's actually updated all the way through September. So exclusively at Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, or philsteele.com.
All right, we're going to grab a quick break, come back, and we'll continue. I want to ask about Texas. I got to get Phil's college football playoff picks and some win totals we'll delve into with Phil as we continue here on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Duplessis Builders. Check them out online at duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net. Y'all, I know we're starting to think football and fall, and before you know it, we'll have campfires and cold weather, but we live in Louisiana, and it's July, and that's probably still 4 months away. Remember the UCLA game last year when everybody got sunburned like crazy? Look, the point is we got months of pool season remaining. You want to build that pool, your own custom pool, Duplessis Builders. Maybe you bought a house that has a pool, but it's time for an upgrade. Time to modernize it, to remodel that pool, to reimagine it. Duplessis Builders can help. They can build your outdoor kitchen. They can start that project any time of year. DuplessisBuilders.net. They even do things like putting greens and chipping surfaces in your backyard. I'm looking at that in my space right now. I had Derek over at the house earlier this week. Duplessis Builders, top 50 pool builders in America from Pool & Spa Magazine. It's DuplessisBuilders.net. Check them out online, DuplessisBuilders.net.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Feels like football when we get to hear the dulcet tones of one Phil Steele. Y'all get him on Twitter at PhilSteele042. You can pick up the Phil Steele College Football Preseason Preview Magazine, Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million, or at philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. Phil, I didn't get a projection, a record projection for LSU. Let me start there so I don't go any further and they get mad at me. What's your projection for the Tigers this season?
I've got LSU coming in a three-way tie for fourth in the SEC. I've got the big three at the top with Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. When I look at LSU, the games I have an underdog in this year are at Clemson, at Alabama, and at Oklahoma. So I'm looking at 9 wins for the total for LSU this year would be my preseason line. I believe the over-under is 8.5, so I'd be leaning towards the over.
Okay. At Clemson, at Bama, at OU would be the 3 L's for the Tigers. 9-3. Wouldn't sit well here, man. They got playoff on the mind, but like you mentioned, Georgia, Texas, Bama are the 3 that you're projecting. Let's talk a little bit about Texas if we could, Phil. You mentioned the schedule, the easiest schedule in the SEC, but aside from Arch taking over at quarterback, what else do you like about the Longhorns?
The overall talent they have, I think they might have the best defense in the country. You look at that linebacking core, they are absolutely loaded with Anthony Hill back. Secondary solid, defensive line solid. Their biggest question mark, probably the offensive line, which only has 1 starter back. I like teams to have a veteran offensive line. That would be a question. There's a lot of hype around Arch Manning, and I think he'll live up to it. He's got the arm strength, throws the deep ball well, dangerous runner, and ran the offense last year. They do have to play Ohio State on the road. They play Georgia on the road, and they also play Florida in the swamp. So they've got 3 tough road games. Other than that, they'll be big favorites in almost every game.
Let's talk also about the Georgia Bulldogs, since we talked Bama. I guess a bit of an uncharacteristic year a season ago. How do they bounce back from that, Phil?
Well, you go back and look at the schedule, and I think schedule is a big thing for teams. Last year, they had to play Alabama, Ole Miss, and Texas all on the road. Who does that? Yeah. And then they also had to play Florida in the swamp. This year, their 3 toughest games are, once again, Alabama, Mississippi, and Texas. But guess what? They get all 3 of them at home. They haven't lost between the hedges in 5 years. So this is a team where when I went through the talent and the schedule they have, and granted, this might not be national title talent that they had a couple years ago, that dominant. There's no superstar players on the defense. Offensively, you're breaking in a new quarterback, but I like the overall talent. I think the defense will be solid. I actually have them favored in all 12 games this year, Matt, so I like that over 9.5. I think that's pretty attractive.
Okay, over 9.5 on Georgia. Phil, so are Georgia, Texas, Bama, are those your college football playoff picks from the SEC?
Georgia, Texas, Alabama, and I think the SEC will get a 4th team. It could be an Oklahoma. It could be an LSU.
Okay, it'd be fascinating to see if we end up seeing a 3-loss team earn a playoff berth. But I guess time to cross that bridge. You mentioned you like Georgia over 9.5. You like Oklahoma with the over. Phil, I'd love to ask you this question because you're always on point with it. Where is the value in the win totals this season in the SEC, both who's overvalued and maybe who's undervalued?
Well, I think what number you got on Oklahoma? 6.5?
I can look it up real quick to see what I'm looking at.
I saw a number of 6.5, and I'm like, well, okay, I'll take that one. So I definitely like that one. I'm flipping through the teams right now to come up with another one on that because I haven't delved into the totals yet. But okay. You can ask me about a specific team, Matt, and I'll answer that question for you.
Okay. What about a team like South Carolina? That's another team that's coming to Baton Rouge, and a lot of people are very high on Lenora Sellers, but the schedule and overall talent could be a question. I'm curious what you got there.
Yeah, now the total there is 7.5, and as you know, I've picked South Carolina a little bit lower than everybody else has. I have them at number 10, and a lot of that has to do with the schedule. I've got them an underdog at LSU. I've got an underdog at home against Alabama. I've got an underdog at Ole Miss, underdog at Texas A&M. Then I've got some toss-up games on the schedule, which would be Clemson, a game that was back forth last year. They do get that one at home, but I think Clemson's absolutely loaded this year. I've got the Oklahoma game, a toss-up game. I know they dominated Oklahoma last year, completely different situation, and they jumped out to a huge lead early. I think Oklahoma's got a chance there. I've got the at Missouri game is a toss-up game, and even the Virginia Tech game in the opener is a toss-up game. So I think when you look at that, I'd be slightly leaning to the under, which is scary because I like the talent South Carolina has, led by Lenora Sellers. But I think when you match up the schedule this year, it's the fourth toughest in the country. I would probably lean to the under a little bit.
Two more I would ask you about, Phil, and your thoughts on them this season. A couple teams LSU is going to play. It's Ole Miss and it's Texas A&M. But let's start with the Rebels. They went all in on the transfer portal a year ago. All those one-year mercenaries are gone. Obviously, Jackson Dart is gone. What do you foresee for the Rebs this year?
Well, I think Austin Simmons is going to have a good year, but he's not as veteran a quarterback as Jackson Dart. So I think Simmons will probably have a little less numbers than that. And as you mentioned, they had a team that was poised and ready to make the playoff last year. They had to be a little disappointed they didn't get there. Now, less experienced team this year. They only returned 18 lettermen off last year's squad. Hit the portal again hard this year. When I look at their schedule, I've got them a dog at Georgia and at Oklahoma. The LSU game I rate as a toss-up. They get that one at home, but I think LSU's more talented, so I think that's going to be an interesting game. Probably lean a little bit with LSU in that one. So I don't know if Ole Miss gets to the 10-win total that they had last year.
Okay. And then one more for you, Phil. It's the Aggies, who I know a lot of people are high, maybe a preseason top 10 for some on Texas A&M with Marcel Reed coming back. Thoughts there on Mike Elko's squad?
Dangerous team. I rated him number 9 in the power poll coming into the season. And it's interesting. You know, when I talked to Coach Elko last year going over the offensive line, he said, Phil, we're probably middle of the road SEC on the offensive line. This year he said, you know what, we're really talented on the offensive line. We're a Joe Moore Award contender. So I like that when the coaches give you legitimate. So there are a couple coaches out there that, you know, high on their team. But Coach Elko pretty much tells you like it is. And so I'm bullish on their offensive line. I like Marcel Reed. I love their running back core with Moss, Owens, and Daniels. And then defensively, they look really solid. And this is a team that was one game away from playing in the SEC title game last year. They knock off Texas in the season final. They're playing in the SEC title game. So I think A&M is going to be dangerous. I've got them tied with LSU and Oklahoma for that fourth place spot in the SEC. And, you know, I will say this, Matt. A lot of folks say, Phil, why do you pick so many ties in the magazine? Well, if you have 16 teams and 8 possible outcomes, you're going to have a lot of ties during the course of the year.
Phil Steele, of course, you can pick up the magazine at Barnes & Noble and Books A Million. Phil, I'd rather you just tell me. You know, I'd prefer honest than trying to fabricate an opinion or something there. So no, if that's how it's going to play out when you're talking about a 16-team schedule and or a 16-team league with an 8-game schedule, it'll be really interesting, Phil, if they do move to 9 games next year and how that may alter perception and alter preseason projections and things like that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Phil, looking forward to doing this on Fridays again during the football season. Man, it's always our pleasure. We appreciate your time and the insight. Man, we'll visit again soon. Have a great rest of your summer.
Always good to hear your voice, Matt. And I see you all over the place. That time I go on Instagram, there's Matt popping up in front of me. So you do a hell of a job promoting your show, I'll tell you that much.
I appreciate it. We got a great team here, Phil. But we also appreciate all the time you give us and you have for so many years, man. I know you're busy. You're as busy a guy as there is, so we sincerely appreciate the time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Matt. A lot of fun as always, buddy.
Man, be well. That is the one and only Phil Steele. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042. And again, PhilSteele.com, STEELE. PhilSteele.com. I want to react to some of what Phil had to say. Very interested how I wouldn't say bullish on Georgia, but he slightly over the 9.5 on Georgia, especially considering the schedule. 11-1 he has on Bama, which that's he and I will probably have some disagreements this fall about Alabama, as you might imagine. But Phil Steele, always great. We appreciate the insight. Make sure you pick up the magazine. I got mine. I'll be reading it on the plane to Atlanta this weekend, getting ready for SEC Football Media Days. I mean, it's the Bible. You want to know everything you need to know about college football before the season starts, you get Phil Steele. I mean, it feels like the gateway into football season is when the Phil Steele magazine arrives. So check it out or online at philsteele.com. Okay, it's after further review. Stick around here on a Friday edition.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. I love what Gordon has done on social media with his team. He's done a great job of kind of advising us. Obviously not giving legal advice per se for a specific case, but great information on what to do in the event of certain instances. For example, like a lot of people traveling this summer. Like, what if you get in a wreck as you're going through the tunnel in Mobile? Well, you can have a local attorney here like Gordon represent you, and they have attorneys on their team that are licensed in Alabama that can help you. So no matter what legal situation you have going on, it's worth a call to Gordon and his team. And they have local offices all over Louisiana. So no matter where you are, you don't have to travel. There's a great attorney with Gordon's team right there in your home market. So you can call them at 888-8888, 888-8888, or go to getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
With bold leadership and a growing population, Louisiana is rewarding excellence, attracting high-value companies, and fueling opportunity. Louisiana is winning now, and the sky is the limit. With every region and industry growing across a beautiful state that's more than a culture, it's a community with a quality of life that's more than satisfying. It's sustainable because the Louisiana you thought you knew is better than ever now. Come home, Louisiana.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Always a big shout out to Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Been a great partner of ours for years. Man, you want to go by, enjoy a premium cigar, you can do that. Fine cocktail, watch the game. It's been our home for whiskey and wine ever since the 2020 season. That infamous COVID year is when we started over at Don Juan, and it's been our home since. Love our friends over at Don Juan. Speaking of cigars, of course, you can buy Bocock Brothers premium cigars at Don Juan. This is awesome news, man. Our friends over at Bocock Brothers last night revealed the championship cigar. So we're waiting on this. Of course, they've had the LSU Jay Johnson series, which we've told you about before. The LSU baseball team on the field in the locker room in Omaha, they were smoking Bocock Brothers premium cigars. By the way, the Bocock Brothers, it's Honduran tobacco, but they're LSU alums, and when they started their licensing, they began with LSU. It's a premium cigar, tastes great. Listen, it doesn't matter if you want something mild, medium, or dark. They've got it. And it's a great collector's item. It's a great gift to give to somebody. But the championship cigars, they started the pre-order last night. So if you go to the website, BocockBrothers.com, BOCOCK, BocockBrothers.com. Go to the homepage. You'll see it. There it is right there for the pre-order right now. The 8th National Championship commemorative box comes with 20 cigars. You can order it right now at BocockBrothers.com. By the way, if you use the code MAT15, 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 you get 15% off your order. So they're going to sell out. They look amazing. The box is awesome. They've done a great job with it, just like they've done with all of their stuff. They did the 100-year of Tiger Stadium box. They did the commemorative 03, a 20-year reunion for the football national championship box. They did the Jay Johnson series, and now these powerhouse national with the official national championship logo on them. You got to check it out. So again, pre-order right now. Use the code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off. BocockBrothers.com, BOCOCK, BocockBrothers.com. All right. It's after further review. We're great to be partnered with those guys. They're great guys. They're building a huge brand. I love that they started their college licensing with LSU, with their alma mater, and they're doing so many cool things. And obviously, because of a licensing, when you buy from them, part of the royalties goes to LSU, so you're supporting LSU as well. So again, BocockBrothers.com. Use the code MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off. Muse, maybe you can grab that and drop it in the YouTube. Just grab the Bocock, that link right there, and drop it in the YouTube chat. All right. Because we had Phil, we just flip things like we do during Fridays in the fall. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Ole Miss Rebels.
Ole Miss has extended their AD, or as they call it, the Vice Chancellor of Athletics, Keith Carter. New contract runs through 2029. In 5 years there as the AD, it's been one of the most successful periods in the history of the athletic department, including they've had 4 teams ranked number 1 and their best finish ever in the Directors' Cup. So congrats on being good in all the sports that don't matter.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
San Diego State transfer infielder Finley Bates announced his commitment to Tennessee. Tennessee. Remember that song, Muse? Arrested Development?
No, I don't know that song.
Man.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know that song.
Paul, you idiots don't even know who 311 is. You don't know nothing.
They're a band.
5'10", 175. He was the Mountain West Freshman of the Year 2 seasons ago. Started 56 games for the Aztecs, hit 300, as well as the 12th transfer edition for the Vols this year.
The Oklahoma Sooners.
OU added a pair of transfer pitchers. Texas righty Drew Rarick, TCU righty Mason Bixby. That's 8 pitchers. 8 that OU has added since the end of the season. Bixby played in 13 games for the Horned Frogs. Rarick's role with the Longhorns was minimal this past year.
The Auburn Tigers.
How about this? Hugh Freeze riding a heater. Stop traffic.
Riding a heater on and off the golf course?
I mean, Travis Wakefield committed to Auburn.
Oh.
9th commit for the 2026 class.
Get those numbers up a little bit, but all right. Tell me about Travis.
7th best in the country.
It's a good sign.
At his position.
Got to be a 5-star, I would think.
Out of Nashville. There at Lipscomb Academy, plays tight end and linebacker.
Dude, there you go, Hugh. He's going to play defense or offense for Auburn?
Neither.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a long snapper. Stay hot, Hugh. Sure, it's going to go great for you. Who's the kid that played quarterback at Oklahoma and stunk and now is going to Auburn?
Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold.
So he stunk at OU. Now he gets to go stink at Auburn.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen, actually. Yeah.
There you have it. That is around the SEC. Maybe we'll get to talk to Hugh over at SEC Media Days. Of course, our coverage at SEC Media Days presented by Parrish Construction and Roofing, parrishbuilt.com. Do business with someone you know. That's me and Terrio and our whole gang, parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. My finger's bleeding. I don't know how my finger's bleeding.
What?
My
paper
finger?
cut?
I don't know.
Has to be.
I just looked down. I'm bleeding on these sheets of paper. My finger's bleeding. I gave blood earlier today, so I did get a finger stick, but like,
ew,
that shouldn't be bleeding. That was 9 o'clock. It's 8:30 this morning. It shouldn't still be bleeding.
Maybe you just reopened it on the piece of
I'm
paper.
sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
So our coverage from SEC Media Days is brought to you by Parrish Construction Roofing. I'll remind you, 1 week from today, y'all. 1 week from today. Almost 1 week in 1 hour. 7 days in 1 hour from right now, Terrio and I right here are giving away $10,000 cash. We're doing it again. We did our $5,000 cash giveaway. We did a $10,000 cash giveaway. We're doing it. It's been so successful. We're doing another $10,000 cash giveaway. So all you have to do, no purchase necessary, nothing like that. All you have to do is sign up for a free, no obligation roofing inspection. That's it. You don't have to be home. It's basically just permission for us to get on your roof and do an inspection. And with that, you're going to get a full inspection report. We're going to walk it, mark it, chalk it. You're going to get pictures, photos of your roof, full detailed report of the condition of your roof. So best case scenario, nothing's wrong with it. But let's say a hailstorm comes or another storm comes. You will have documentation of what your roof looks like today on July the 11th. So then you can contrast that to what it looks like after a storm, which is helpful when you file an insurance claim. So let us help you out. And maybe you win $10,000 cash. Parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. Again, we are announcing the winner in 1 week. Log on to parrishbuilt.com, sign up for a free no obligation roofing inspection. You could win $10,000 cash. Do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction and Roofing, parrishbuilt.com, parrishbuilt.com. Looking forward to being at SEC Football Media Day starting on Monday. And, of course, Parrish is our title sponsor of all of our coverage. So without Parrish, that's not possible. To fly 5 of us there and 5 of us in hotels for 4 nights and all the costs associated with that. So we have to rely on our great sponsors. Thanks to Parrish Construction Roofing. Also, Rev and Relief Windows, our presenting sponsors. Without our sponsors, it's not possible. So please do business with someone you know. Parrish Construction Roofing, Rev, and Relief Windows. And thank those great businesses for allowing us to be in Atlanta for SEC Football Media Days. Okay. It is after further review. LSU baseball got some fantastic news earlier today. Another one of the premier draft risks announced he's coming to school. We'll tell you next on AFR.
AFR.
We are brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Y'all, the weekend is here. And if you're having people over at the house or maybe you're just throwing something on the grill, you want Rouse's. I mentioned just a minute ago I was giving blood this morning. I was at the blood bank. I was giving blood. I'm sitting in the chair, and I look up at the TV, and there was a familiar face and voice. It was Donnie Rouse. Actually, there he is right there. He just scrolled on the thing. And Donnie reminded his TV audience there, just like we do every day, that they have been locally owned for 65 years. Locally owned and operated, sourcing locally, investing in our communities for 65 years. It's Rouse's. You can trust the quality of the products, the great prices you're going to get, and supporting a great local business that, man, when you walk in, isn't it nice when you walk in, there's a friendly cashier to check you out and not just like a ching, ching, boom. Rouse's, this feels like home.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parrish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parrishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parrishbuilt.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports Bears GM Ryan Poles will get a contract extension through the 2029 season. Poles and new head coach Ben Johnson are now under contract for the next 5 years. Only 2 more days until baseball's All-Star break. In one division race, 4 teams are within 5 games of the lead. ESPN's Tim Kirkchin.
The American League East is a fist fight. It is an absolute going to go right down to the end. It is a free-for-all on the highest level. I think there are 4 teams in the East that can win this division, everyone but the Orioles. I still think the Yankees are the best team in the division.
Tim Kirkchin on Get Up. The Red Sox activate third baseman Alex Bregman from the injured list. He'll play tonight against the Rays. Bregman's been out for 7 weeks with a right quad strain. Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz win semifinal matches at Wimbledon today. They'll play in Sunday's final. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN, Amanda Anisimova and Iga Swiatek for the women's title.
Your summer drink is here. Twisted Tea is a smooth, refreshing, hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, making it the perfect drink to take any day this summer to the next level. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right.
Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
Chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You, sir. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Next hour, we will talk to Reagan Rickett. And Reagan Rickett is super interesting. If you don't know the name, then you haven't been listening to the show all week. Because earlier this week, we did run through a list of the LSU baseball signees and the dozen names among the 18-member class that seemingly are going to have a draft decision to make. And one of those we told you about that was probably a heavy lean to end up on LSU's campus was Reagan Rickett. And remember, he's a right-handed pitcher who kind of has a little bit of a funky delivery. Very high upside, but probably projects as an immediate impact guy out of the bullpen. But MLB teams don't invest at the top of the draft in bullpen arms. So a guy like Ricken, who, again, quirky delivery, an immediate guy that will get innings for you out of the bullpen, we told you was probably about a 70-80% lean that he would end up on LSU's campus, just given what we had heard his number was and the fact that MLB teams don't invest the top of the draft in projectable bullpen arms. So he's got to come to campus, prove he can be a starter to then increase that draft value. Well, earlier today, Reagan Rickett tweeted, "After thoughtful consideration with my family, I've decided to officially withdraw my name from the 2025 MLB Draft. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunities and support throughout this process. I'm excited to be attending LSU. Go Tigers." So Reagan Rickett has withdrawn from the draft. He's the second LSU signee now to announce formally not going into the draft, showing up at LSU, joining Omar Cerna, the catcher out of the state of Texas, who probably projects immediately as a first base DH from the right side. Think Ethan Fry's role this past year. Worst case scenario, and a backup catcher, kind of like what we saw this past year from Cade Arambidi. You know, your midweek catcher, maybe catching a game here or there on the weekend. Worst case, he takes ABs or competes with John Pearson for ABs as your right-handed pinch hitter. So Omar Cerna has announced he's withdrawing from the draft. He'll be an LSU Tiger. So too now has Reagan Rickett. So one of the guys among the dozen we talked about earlier this week that we thought would end up on campus was very likely to end up on campus. Now we learned will end up on campus. By the way, Reagan Rickett's here in an hour and 25 minutes from right now, bottom of hour number 3. And we'll ask him specifically about that decision. For what it's worth, this was Reagan Rickett's draft profile.
A 6'5" right-hander, Reagan Rickett will play with as many as 5 pitches at times on the mound. He's been up as high as 97 miles per hour with his fastball, more often topping out at 94 to 95. He features both the curve and slider, both of which can flash above average. And he has a solid changeup as well. He'll even show off a cutter from time to time. Ricken is what they look like, big and athletic on the mound with a sound delivery. His strike throwing and overall command can be scattered at times, but he has all the ingredients to be a starting pitcher at the next level.
For whatever it's worth, and again, ingredients to be a starting pitcher, which is there, and that was the draft profile from MLB. Remember, until you've seen it at that level, it's hard for teams to invest in it at the top of the draft. So that's where you're blending what a guy's number is, like what they're willing to sign for to forego their college eligibility, relative to what they feel like if they show up on campus they're able to get. So provided their time in college goes well. So that's a thing there with Ricken, where if you're an MLB team, you're trying to decide, okay, what are we willing to invest today? It's much easier to invest 3 years from now. If he goes to college, proves he can be a starter in the SEC, then you're talking about, a round one type guy, throwing mid, potential upper 90s as he adds weight and velo on that body with the physical traits that you just heard described there. So draft starts on Sunday. If you missed it earlier in the week, you can go to AFR LSU on YouTube, or you can search AFR LSU on podcast, or if you want the full show, you can get it after further review. Of course, AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. We went through all of the current Tigers with a draft decision to make and all of the current LSU signees with a draft decision to make. So if you're interested in that, I went like player by player and gave you the best intel that I've gotten from people in MLB scouting circles about how these guys project. And again, the best info I had was that Reagan Rickett was the guy probably 70-80% chance he would land on campus because of what I just said, and now he's withdrawn. So from the draft. So you can check all that info out. It's there for you. Kylie McDaniel put out his final mock. Kylie McDaniel over at ESPN put out his final mock draft, his mock draft 3.0 for the upcoming draft. For whatever it's worth, he did have 3 LSU Tigers in that mock draft. Now, The one that's not surprising at all, of course, is Cade Anderson going number 1 overall to the Washington Nationals. There's a consensus there. Everyone's got him picked to be the number 1 overall pick. We went through the numbers yesterday, the odds. Cade Anderson is minus 310 to be the number 1 overall pick. So everyone there largely just assuming that Cade Anderson is going to be the number 1 overall pick, and that's fantastic for him, and certainly another major coup for LSU for the second time in 3 years to end up with a pick with the number 1 overall pick. Anthony Ianson, they project at number 42 overall to Tampa Bay. That's interesting because remember, a place like Tampa Bay is well known for getting guys in their farm system, developing them, and getting them to the bigs. Look at Trey Morgan. And it's not just pitchers. Like, look at Trey Morgan. That's a guy, again, who's sort of fast-tracked right now to the big leagues. So that could be a great spot. Like, it's different for a guy if you, like, hypothetically, if you go to the Dodgers. Well, like, the Dodgers are just going to go spend money on the best prospects in free agency. And so they're not necessarily looking to develop high school pitchers to translate, or college pitchers to translate to the bigs. Like, they need starters today. They're going in free agency to get them. So they'll spend what they have to. Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs. Like, you go to the Nationals, the Pirates, like smaller market teams, you're going to look at more developmental systems. Interesting spot. Kylie McDaniel has Chase Shores going 59 to the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, that would be interesting because at 59 to Milwaukee, the slot value there is $1.5 million. Would Chase Shores take $1.5 million to go? Or would he come back to LSU with a chance to be a starter? And if he hits as a frontline guy, then you're talking about a guy who's a top half of round 1 guy. We had Joe Doyle here yesterday. And I asked Joe Doyle specifically that question about Chase Shores. This is what Joe Doyle said on this show yesterday.
You know, Chase doesn't have a very long and decorated baseball card at this point. He hasn't pitched too much in the SEC or in college baseball for that matter at all. So I think he does have a tough decision because it's the body, it's the stuff, it's the arm talent that should get you picked in the top 25, top 30 picks in any given draft. But given his circumstances and what he's gone through, I think he's probably going to have to choose between taking, 1.1, 1.2, maybe up to $1.5 million, or going back to Baton Rouge and trying to double that.
For whatever it's worth, take it with a grain of salt. That's Joe Doyle saying he thinks Shores would get 1-1, 1-2. Kylie McDaniel projects him at number 59 overall, where the slot's 1-5. There are scouts that I have spoken to, like me firsthand, had conversations that have projected Chase Shores more in the $2 to $2.5 million range. So regardless of where he picks, remember, you can sign over slot. So in the right organization, if Shores ends up in the 2.5 range, does he sign? Does he take it and go? And that's going to be a question only Chase Shores can answer. And I remember, listen, I've said it, my feeling on this, without any detailed information about what Chase is thinking. He came to LSU as a super high prospect. He already had Tommy John. He missed 18 months of baseball. Comes back this year. Started. It was a slow process. Midway through SEC play, they moved him exclusively to the bullpen. He pitched exclusively out of the stretch. Ran it up there to 101. You saw all the amazing ability. Given all of that, if someone's going to offer him 2.5, my guess is he takes it and goes. It's funny, like I was watching, I was getting Drew ready for bed last night, and Erica had Pressure Luck on in the bathroom. Or maybe she just had the TV on. That's just what happened to be on. And there's this woman who, like, runs the total up to, like, $157,000. And she's trying to decide, like, do you take the 157 or do you press your luck and keep hoping you don't run on a whammy? And I'm like, lady, you're a school teacher. That's 3 years of your salary. What, like, this is not a hard decision. Right?
No, it's not.
That's 3 years of your salary.
Right.
Take the money and run. And she had a Disney cruise. So I'm like, run the hell out of there. Oh, but taxes. Shut up. There's taxes on your $49,000 annual salary for being a teacher, too. Like, take the money and go. Like at some point, like you ask yourself the question, would you be more pumped if you ran another round without the whammies or more bummed if it went to 0? And the answer is more bummed if it went to 0, which is what I would say about Chase Shores. If you got $2.5 million bird in hand right now, do you take that? Or do you come back and run the risk of starting and not going well again, then you lose some leverage, and then, your 2.5 goes to 750? My guess is Chase Shores signs. Bro, he could always go out there. No women, no women, no women, no women, no women. Stop.
Love that show so much, man. Pressure Luck's an absolute classic.
I hate that show.
Oh, it's so good.
So stupid. I mean, eventually they're going to get you.
Of course. They're not trying to give away a lot of money.
Exactly. You have nothing to do with where that thing stops.
Not
like,
at all.
There's someone behind the screen just going like, all right, whammy. I don't like her. Let's see, we'll run it up there and
like her.
We'll whammy it. Here's your whammy, lady.
She's getting a little too cocky over there.
Yeah, right. Here's where she gets the whammy.
Yeah.
You set the hook and then drop her to 0.
A little bait and switch.
Like, lady, take the money.
They're giving you 157.
They're giving you money.
Like,
take it.
And say thank you.
Yeah. Run. Like, Truth, before that final round, she was at like 67. And I'm like, take the money.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll come back. And then she hits one of the bonus for $50K. And I'm like,
you got to get out of here now. Exactly.
Lady.
So good, dude. I love that show.
Go. It's like Deal or No Deal back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks they're going to be a millionaire. You don't realize, like, $1 million is awesome. But, like, 275 is awesome, too.
Yeah.
Like, you got in your brain $1 million, but, like, for 98% of humanity, 275 changes your life. You're paying off student debt. You're paying off your house. You're paying your kid's school. Like, it changes your life. Take it. Chase Shores. This is a really random.
I mean, the game show analogy is actually a really good analogy, though, for the MLB draft.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
At what point do you take it? At what point do you press your luck?
There you go.
No women. No. You know what? I'm a big believer in their music.
What you got?
I'm a big believer in the law of attraction.
Okay.
What you think about, what you feel about, what you speak about, you manifest in your life. It's the biblical principle of sowing and reaping. You sow good seeds, you're going to reap a harvest. You can call it whatever you want. There was a book years ago called The Secret. It was basically that. I don't know why I was talking about this.
I don't either.
Dang it. I was so on to something there. So on to something there. It's gone now.
Maybe it'll come back to you in the break.
Yeah, maybe so. It was there.
Law of attraction, no whammy, all those things you were saying.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
So, if you're sitting there going, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, what are you thinking about?
A whammy.
A whammy. Your brain doesn't compute a negative. Like, it's biologically proven our brains do not compute a negative. It doesn't understand a negative. So if you're thinking, I hope this doesn't hurt, I hope this doesn't hurt, all your brain understands is hurt. So you have to think, this feels great, this feels great, this feels great, this feels great, for your brain to compute it. So if you're sitting there going, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, if I was on that show, I would not be screaming no whammy.
Would you?
I'd be screaming big money. Big money, big money, big money,
Yeah.
big money, big money.
Big bucks,
money.
big bucks.
Big bucks.
Big bucks.
Wheel of Fortune's got it right. When you spin that wheel, you go,
Oh, yeah.
big money. Come on, big money, big money. That's what I'd be screaming. I wouldn't be screaming about whammies. I don't want anything to do with whammies in my life. Bleep a whammy. Little red A-hole.
Dude, those
Red,
things.
are they purple? What are they?
They're red. With a
Red.
green, with a yellow face. Those things crack me up.
Yeah, like a mogwai.
I love their little animations where they just insult the contestant. It's so good.
Losers. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Signee Airline, LA 16 in Denham. Mid-City on Don Moore. And the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Check out Facebook, y'all. CLEGGS. Clegg's Nursery on Facebook. Go check out Clegg's Nursery on Facebook. Always encourage you to do that because when you check out Clegg's Nursery on Facebook, anytime they have anything new delivered, they always post it there on Clegg's. Do a great job of updating Facebook. That's the place to go to check for all the latest stuff. You can check them out. Search Clegg's Nursery. The Lawn and Garden Show, by the way, is tomorrow morning, every Saturday morning. You want to check it out? You can over with Clegg's hosting that. All the different info you want. Or if you'd rather, man, just get on by any Clegg's Nursery locations. I just saw this as well. 20% off Dippledinas. Tell you what. Erica Moscona loves her Dippledinia. Those are beautiful, and they thrive in this Louisiana heat. Clegg's Nursery.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
No women, no women, no women, no women, no women, no women. Stop. No, that's not it.
Well, it was too late. Yeah.
That's from Family Feud.
Yeah, sure. I thought it was just a buzzer, but
that's
yeah.
the buzzer from Family Feud.
Okay. Another good show.
Great theme. We use that often. We do
do.
the game show theme here.
We do.
Oh, this is normally the part of the week where Terrio's here. So we
Yes.
might as well just, goof off anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you want to do kick rocks?
Nope.
You want to just yell about something?
You got something you want to kick rocks about?
Not really.
Okay.
No. I mean, it's been an okay week.
We'll pass on it then.
Okay.
Hard not to be excited. We opened the show today, if you missed it, talking about LSU hiring Sam Petitto, and I know there's a lot of like casual fans. I don't mean that insulting, by the way, in any way, who don't know who Sam Petitto is. Like most fans don't know support staff members, but Petitto's from Amite, was on staff at Georgia for a couple of years, spent 8 years with Nick Saban in Alabama as like his chief personnel guy. I mean, Devontae Smith was committed to Georgia because of Sam Petitto. When Petitto left Georgia, went to Alabama, Devontae Smith flipped to Alabama. Like Devontae Smith has said that on the record about the impact Petitto had in his life. February 24, Ryan Day hired Sam Petitto at Ohio State. Biggest transfer name in the portal was Caleb Downs, who left Alabama for Ohio State because Sam Petitto. Quinshon Judkins. Yes, I know Judkins went to Ole Miss, but Judkins is from Alabama. Petitto was the one recruiting him to Alabama. There was a disagreement between Petitto and the running backs coach about if they want to take Judkins or somebody else. Judkins ends up at Ole Miss. When he goes into the portal, Petitto's at Ole Miss or at Ohio State. Boom. I mean, massively significant support staff adds. And by the way, the top player in Louisiana not committed to LSU is Blaine Bradford from Catholic High, who's committed to Ohio State. Well, Sam Petitto was a big part of that recruitment, man. So I'm not saying that means he's going to flip. What I'm telling you is, at one point, Devontae Smith from Amite was committed to Georgia. When Petitto went to Bama, he flipped to Bama. It at least minimum, at bare minimum, gives you an open door to the conversation. So, something to follow. We opened the show with that today. Phil Steele was here in hour one. If you missed it, you can catch it on demand. AFR On Demand, presented by Breck Golf. Book your tee time at golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. You want to see 2020, call 924-2020 or go to williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com. We got Drew's birthday party tomorrow. Then Sunday morning, driving to New Orleans, hopping on a plane 11:25 a.m. Central Time to fly to Atlanta for SEC Football Media Days. You know what will not be in my luggage? Contact lens, contact case, contact solution, eye drops, an extra pair of contact lens, my glasses to wear at night when I take my contact lens out. 7 years ago, I took that entire drawer in my vanity and I just dumped it in the trash. And it was weird because it took a few months. Like, Paulie knows this too, because Paulie wore contacts. He had LASIK with Dr. Blake. Like, have you thrown away your drawer of all your contact stuff? Did you really? You threw it away?
I did. It took me a few weeks.
Yeah,
I did.
Right? Like, you're so conditioned to needing all that stuff and you stockpile it. Like, every time you buy some new solution, it has another contacts case, and you keep that because it doesn't have the dust on it. You know, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's so liberating one day when you realize, like, I don't need any of this. You just throw it in the trash. I just took the whole drawer and just dumped it. It's amazing. Probably could have donated some of that stuff. But it was way more liberating just to throw it away. Right? Did you throw it all away?
I threw everything away.
Throw it away.
The open solution I gave to my brother. That was the only thing I, pawned off.
Okay. When's your brother having LASIK?
I do keep trying to tell him to do it.
Yeah, right? What's his name?
Brian.
Brian O'Neill.
Yep.
You know what his initials are?
B.O.
B.O.
It's just like Terrio's here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the time of day.
Hey, maybe.
On
Could
a Friday.
Be, yeah.
Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. There's a video that got posted on our ESPN social media earlier this week of my reaction to the new helmets. And I went and read some of the comments. And my reaction to the video, my reaction to the helmets, just the Cliffs Notes version, is they're good. They're not the abomination that the high-anus black helmets are, but they could be better. Like, the stupid little fleur-de-lis pattern on the gold stripe is unnecessary. The small fleur-de-lis is stupid. The gold specks all in the white is unnecessary and stupid. I don't love the chrome. But all things considered, like, they're not awful. I mean, it could have been way, 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 way worse, right? I think we all agree on that. So the video on Instagram has 81,000 views on it right now and 402 comments. And most of the comments are, like, some version of Matt always got something to complain about. That's Shuck. By the way, that's from Shuck for MVP.
Okay, that guy. Hey, he's in. I like him. Let's go.
Let's see. Florida loses small. Evan, God forbid the Saints want to bring some more variety to the uniform. Scone and Hunt always hating on alternates. Matt
catching a stray.
Matt, I love you. I'll have to disagree with you. I love the black helmets. Both are fire. I think they knocked them both out of the park.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Not the black. Come on, bro.
Let's see. Basically, the helmets are fire, bro. You tripping. Basically, old bald dude giving opinions on what other men should wear. Got it. That's the majority of it, right? James No Harden. Literally just complaining for the love of the game. You get it. The bulk of everything is Scone just complains about everything because he complains about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the point that I make often is I don't complain about everything. It's just that when our social team makes clips of me and puts it on social media, usually it's me yelling. Because the things that perform the best are me yelling and T-Bob being T-Bob. Like, historically on this station, those are the things that have performed the best. And then Hunt talking about uniforms.
Yep.
I do 15 hours of radio a week. I don't complain. The first 15 minutes of the show today were me gushing about how great LSU is going to be. I like the Kellen Moore hire. I like Tyler Shuck. I think Spencer Rattler has real upside. I'm excited to see what he may be. I'm really excited about this Saints season, even though I don't think they're going to be any good. It's just I've reframed my thoughts on the Saints this year. I'm not expecting them to be good. I just want to see the young players grow and get better, even though I'm not going to be super concerned with the wins and losses. I'm thinking Cincinnati Bengals 2020-ish.
Okay.
Rookie Joe Burrow. I know the win-loss is going to be good, but can you see progress? And there was progress there. That's what I'm thinking, right?
I like that comp.
So that's where I am, right?
Yeah.
Young head coach, rookie quarterback. You're hoping you see a path for your future, even if the wins aren't there. That's where I am with this team right now. But everybody thinks I complain. So I saw this from ESPN, which is ESPN.com did a piece where they did an off-season grade for every NFL team. Draft, trades, more moves. They graded every team's offseason. All of them. All 32. And they did it. So the Rams got an A. They were first. Rams got an A. Let's see. Niners, A-. So it goes like this, right? Cardinals, A-. Broncos, A-. Ravens, B+. Titans, B+. Bills, B+. Eagles, B+. You get the point, right? Browns, B+. You understand?
Yeah.
Bucks, B+. So I'm scrolling this thing looking for the New Orleans Saints. What do you think they gave the Saints? Not me. I didn't give the Saints. I didn't give them this grade.
Yeah.
ESPN.com grading every team's offseason. What did it give Saints?
They gave him an F, didn't they?
D.
D.
Yeah. And again, they started with the A's and worked their ways down. You know what teams had a worse grade than the New Orleans Saints?
Tennessee Titans.
I wrote them down. I wrote every team on a sheet of paper that had a worse grade than the New Orleans Saints. You want to see the sheet?
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, it's blank. It's a blank sheet of paper.
It's a blank sheet of paper.
Yeah.
You can hate on me all you want. You can hate on me all you want. I'm just the guy sitting here pointing out over and over and over again what every objective and subjective metric, opinion maker, analyst, scout, whatever, are saying about this New Orleans Saints team in the offseason. It could be wrong, but if they're wrong, they're all going to be wrong. Because the consensus is they're going to stink. Rookie head coach, 25-year-old rookie quarterback, new starters all along the offensive line, aging veteran, expensive starters that are well past their prime, like Cam Jordan and Tyrann Mathieu and Alvin Kamara and guys DeMario Davis, guys we love and have been cool, but they're old. You're not going to be any good. And so I said, you know what I'm not doing today? I'm not on this Friday going to sit here and dump on the Saints. Because you know what's going to happen? Paul is going to tell Jesse or Cassie to go, hey, look, take the clip of Scone, yelling about how bad the Saints are, clip it into a little video, and put it on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube Shorts and put it out there, and then everybody's going to go gaga over it because it's Scone yelling about how bad the Saints are again. And everybody's going to say, old ball man just bitching at the clouds because they're there today. And I'll be like, no, that ain't me. So I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sit here today, and we're going to say something nice about the New Orleans Saints. Give me some uplifting Saints music, Muse. What is that? That's not Saints music.
It's New Orleans music. It's Rebirth.
I said give me Saints music.
I mean,
you're going to make me complain now?
No.
Is that Paulie? Paulie.
Yes.
What's an uplifting Saints song?
I'll say it's Chopper Style.
Chopper Style.
Oh, that's
Give me
just
another
a click
one.
away.
Give me another one.
Oh, man.
Stand up and get crunk.
Yeah, that's the one
When
I
the
was looking
Saints
for.
go marching in. You got so many options here.
I liked it.
What about the one that's like, New Orleans Saints, where you at? This is the way we live. New Orleans Saints number one on the field. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Baby boy to Prince.
All right. Crank that up, Muse. I don't care that we're going long. I know we are. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll make it up.
Somebody complained to the program director. Oh, yeah. Who they want? Chopper style. Chopper style. All right, Muse, I demand you say something positive about the New Orleans Saints.
I love that the Saints made all 9 picks in the draft. I think that was very wise.
Yeah. Old gum smacking Mick didn't go out there wheeling and dealing picks, said, let's get younger. Paulie, I demand you right now say something positive about the Saints.
The New Orleans Saints have more Super Bowl wins than the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Muse, say something else positive about the New Orleans Saints.
The New Orleans Saints have the most loyal fan base in the NFL.
I mean, that's really simple.
They do, though. It's facts.
Not really.
Nah. All right, I'll give you another one.
Okay, give me something else, Muse.
The New Orleans Saints not only hired Kellen Moore, which is a good hire, they brought in Brandon Staley. Proven coordinator, former head coach in the NFL.
Yep.
Love that.
Done.
Love that.
Yeah, they did. Paulie, give me something else positive about the New Orleans Saints.
Let's see. They had the greatest quarterback of all time, not named Tom Brady.
It's funny that Paulie keeps just going history.
Yeah.
Nothing current.
A little hard.
It is a little hard, isn't it, Paulie? Isn't it?
A little bit.
It's hard, isn't it? Isn't it hard to say good things about a team that's projected to win 4 games? Yeah? How about you sit in this freaking chair every day and try to come up with sunshine pumping nonsense for people? Oh, Tyler Shuck's going to be awesome. How about the people, we're going over the top 100 lists from earlier in the week, and I'm like, there's dudes in my comments that are like, how can you tell me Fuaga and McCoy aren't top 100 players? I'm like, I'll come again? Like, Fuaga, the guy who was your left tackle last year, and they just drafted his replacement a year later? Top 100 in the NFL? Kick rocks, loser. What are you talking? Eric McCoy played 7 games last year. What are you talking about? PFF put out a list of their top 32 tackles in the NFL. Fuaga wasn't on it. I got one for you.
What you got?
Saints have Chopper Style as an anthem. Crank it up, yeah!
I like to flip my pancakes up in 6. I like to give it to them rough. Big paper.
Yeah, look at Paulie. Camera on yourself, Paulie.
Right in Paul's wheelhouse.
Yeah! All right. There's some positivity for you. All you nerds on the internet who say all I do is say negative things, you jerks. I'm plenty positive. Idiots. All I do is ooze positivity, you morons. It's called irony. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Big shout out to my guy, Darren James. If you missed it, we mentioned it earlier in the week. The Wall Street Journal Real Trends list, the list of the top 1% of realtors in America, came out earlier this week. And wouldn't you know it, our guy, Darren James, on the list again, number 17 in America on the transaction side, number 1 in the state of Louisiana. So, as I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bottom line is, my goodness, if you are looking to sell your home, why in the world would you hire anyone other than the realtor that quite literally sells more homes than anyone? Darren James. Agent225.com, agent225.com, or give him a buzz at, 335-7666, 335-7666 for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Hey, Muse.
Hey, Scone.
You know who wrote the Kelly Clarkson song Breakaway?
Was it not Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. I assume.
Avril Lavigne.
Was it really? Yeah. How about that? That makes sense a little bit.
She wrote that song and then sold it, and Kelly Clarkson did it and performed it. How about that?
That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. That does sound like an Avril Lavigne song. So yeah. Okay. Why? Like what brought that up? What prompted that?
don't know.
You just had that? Like, you just... There's just somewhere in the back of your mind that Alvaro Levine wrote Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit.
Was that Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit?
I would think so.
Look it up. I want to say recently somehow that video got targeted in my algorithm, and I saw it. And then while we were in the break, I was probably singing Choppa style, and a lyric led me to a lyric, to a lyric, to a lyric, and then it got me to break away. And then I was like, oh, yeah, remember that? And that's as we were coming back out of break, so I just said that. I can't explain how my brain works.
See.
I don't know how. I mean, let's do Ask Ryan coming up here in about 10 minutes. Get your questions in for Terrio. You can email us, tweet us, or text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. While Muse looks that up, Craig Alamon said on the text line, he said, hey, Scone, do you think LSU will break the current trend and award Nuss with the number 18 jersey? I heard Hunt talking about this earlier today. I had a client lunch, was driving back, heard Hunt talking about it, about him sort of lobbying for Nuss to wear 18. I hate that idea. Do you have a feeling, either of you, Nuss wearing 18?
I would loathe that entirely. Yeah,
Why?
I don't like it either. Because be you. Be Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier goes and wins a Heisman Trophy this year. I want his number to be able to be retired. And 18 is never being retired.
Paulie, what do you think?
I agree. I like having your own number.
I'm not being the curmudgeon here. And look, I don't know if 18's not listening because he's on air right now. That would be Jake Hester. And I know that's a revered thing. I just don't care. Like, it's not an 18. It's the 7 thing as well. I just don't care. I don't care who wears what jersey number. I've said it forever. I don't care if you put a poop emoji on the front of your jersey. Like, I would rather you go make your number famous. Like, Jaden Daniels is 5. Joe Burrow is 9. Like, what if you would put Burrow in 7? Then what do you do? It's the same thing with baseball with 8. Like, Bregman wore 30, and then he wore 8. Like, I wish Bregman had just stuck with 30. Whatever. Dylan Cruz never changed. He stuck with 3. Love that. I don't know. I mean, if they offer 18 to Nuss and he wants to switch, okay. But I'll tell you this. I'll have a chance to interview Garrett on Monday at SEC Media Days. Very much looking forward to that. And there's two questions I'm definitely going to ask him. One, and you understand, like, you're going to have a short amount of time with him, so you got to make the most of that time. And if somebody's listening, maybe they're going to steal my question. Should I put this question out there?
No, keep it for yourself.
You think?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's just going to make it that much better.
Okay. Because if someone else is listening right now, who's going to be there, and then they'll steal my question.
Exactly. It could happen.
Cobble, looking at you, Cobble.
Wow.
You question stealing loser.
Wow.
How about that?
Not really where
looking
I
at you, Wilson Alexander.
Wow.
Pillaging my stuff. Garland Gillen. I'm sure Garland will be there. I think.
I know. That's not the next name I expected to come out of here. I really don't know.
Scott Rabelais.
There we go.
Steal my question, you question stealing guy. I love all of them very much. I have great respect for everybody. I'm just teasing. Muse made me do it. I want to give the question out on air, but so
then do it.
No, I won't. I'll save it. Because the question I want to ask, I do believe, will be a peek into the psychology of Nussmeier's growth from year to year. And one of the things that I think most interviewers do a very poor job of is preparing for interviews, not knowing what they want to ask and what they're hoping to get out of the interview. So I do my best. I hope you all see that when we do these interviews. But there's a few things I know I want to ask Nuss, but I'll add that. I'll add the thing about, because I think the question is like, well, I'm not going to give it away because I know how I would lead into it.
Yeah.
And now you've got me thinking that people are out there trying to steal my stuff.
Well, I'm not trying to make you paranoid.
Well, congrats. You've succeeded.
Well,
jerk.
Not Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit, breakaway.
I didn't think so. All right, so hang on. Let me guess what it is.
Oh, you're not going to get this, but go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. This is the very first time I've ever heard of this song.
Okay, don't tell me. Let's do this. I'm going to tell everybody about South Point Volkswagen.
Okay.
We're going to break.
Okay.
We come back. We'll do Ask Ryan.
We'll do Ask Ryan.
And who's not here.
All right.
But we'll do Ask Ryan anyway, even though he's not here. So get your questions in, email us, tweet us, text us. I'm gonna use the break, and no Scouts honor, no cheating. All right.
Okay.
Scouts honor, no cheating. I'll see if I can guess it when we come back.
Okay.
All right. It's after further review.
After further review.
Brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. You know, I love every day when I can give you the opportunity to read some of these 5-star Google reviews. How about this one from Shalada Donato? Love all those vowels, by the way. Donato. John did a thorough inspection of all parts of the AC unit. He looked back at all the previous work done. He moved forward from there. He kept me updated as he worked. He showed me the damaged parts replaced, explained how it caused the unit to constantly run. He did an excellent job. Another 5-star Google review for River City's 1 Hour Air. You see, when you call River City's 1 Hour Air, you're not calling Chuck in a truck. You don't have to worry who's coming to your house. You're getting an expertly trained technician with continuing education, the latest technology on the truck, to make sure your AC is running efficiently. It's River City's 1 Hour Air.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wildin'.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We'll get to Ask Ryan, even though Terrio's not here. Stephen Miller said, if you didn't know, Bregman wore 30 to the number of teams that passed over him. Does Stephen Miller? We've only told that story for a decade. I'm just kidding. Love you, Stephen. I love you. But yes, that's true. Bregman told teams if he wasn't going in round 1, don't draft me. And so he wore 30 at LSU as a representative of the 30 teams that did not pick him in round one. So sometimes it works out that way. But yes, that's true. Okay, when we went to break, Muse. What?
I have heard this song. Never mind.
Okay.
I just didn't know the name of it.
Okay. I think. All right, so we went to break. Wait, let's do Ask Ryan, by the way. Hit me with our Ask Ryan.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, so Terry is not here. That's our number best Ryan ever!
After further review.
No way! Oh, I definitely know the song. I would never have guessed that would have been My life would suck without you. And you know how you make up for it, Muse? You buy her a ring from Lee Michaels. You go to Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, you buy her a ring, Muse. Or better yet, it's not how you make up for it. That's how you pop the question. Right? Muse, in a few weeks, whenever you pop the question,
Pop it.
you go to Lee Michaels, you get the ring, and then you play Kelly Clarkson's My Life Would Suck Without You, and then you drop down on bended knee, and you say, I would love if you would be the future Mrs. Matthew Jose Musso, because my life would suck without you. And it all started because you went to Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com. 9 locations in all. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Check them out again online at LMFJ.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports Bears GM Ryan Poles will get a 3-year extension through the 2029 season. The team is 15-36 through his first 3 years and now have a new head coach in Ben Johnson. Men's top seed Jannik Sinner advances to his first Wimbledon final, beating Novak Djokovic in straight sets. Two-time reigning champ Carlos Alcaraz also goes to the final with a 4-set win over American Taylor Fritz. Cooper Flagg's Summer League debut in Las Vegas for the Mavericks wasn't pretty in the box score, but ESPN's Andre Snellings believes there was plenty to like.
He only scored 10 points on 21 shots. And at first glance, you look at that like, wow, that was a bad game. But I watched his first game, and I watched Wemby's first game a couple years ago. Cooper Flagg's first game was way better because he was just, not only was he out there a lot, he was involved in almost everything that happened, really at both ends of the court.
Andre Snellings on Clinton and Friends. LPGA golfer Charlie Hull says she's feeling better after collapsing twice during the first round of the Avion Championship.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's ride! Go!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tumpley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Bottom of this hour, so about 30 minutes from right now, Reagan Rickett will be here. Right-handed pitcher, signed with LSU here for the class of 2026. And earlier on Friday, Ricken announced publicly he's withdrawing his name from the MLB Draft. He will be an LSU Tiger. So the second premier prospect in this class, joining Omar Cerna, the catcher out of Texas, to withdraw their name from the draft and announce they will be joining Jay Johnson's squad for 2026 at LSU. Again, Reagan Rickett will be with us here in 27 minutes from right now. Very much looking forward to that. When we were going to break there, and okay, my apologies on the sort of haphazard end of the hour as I was just getting this information. This news is about to break. Candidly, it's something that I've known for a good while. But it was something that the parties involved were hoping to wait for another announcement. But this has now been sent out to employees of Our Lady of the Lake. As you all know, Our Lady of the Lake is a championship health partner of LSU Athletics. They're a great partner of ours here as well on After Further Review and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and LouisianaSports.net. And Our Lady of the Lake has been in negotiations to be the naming rights sponsor of the new arena on LSU's campus. I will read this message. This comes from E.J. Kuiper, who is the president of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System. I'll read this part of it for you. This is a generational project for the Baton Rouge community and economy. Clinical care, economics, and social circumstances all contribute to the health and vibrancy of our region. While no formal agreement, this is important, while no formal agreement has been reached, we have been in discussions as potential anchor investor for this project. As LSU's championship healthcare partner and the healthcare leader in the capital region, we are always looking for ways to invest in our community in meaningful ways that will help stimulate economic growth and ultimately create healthier, more vibrant communities. He notes in this message, we hope to celebrate with a large planned announcement after the agreement was finalized and the LSU board gave final approval to the project. However, due to a public records request, the news leaked sooner than we would have preferred. We wanted you to hear it from us first. Again, this was a note to employees. We wanted you to hear it from us first. We'll have more details as things develop in the coming weeks. For over 100 years, we've supported the Gulf region beyond exceptional healthcare delivery in ways that make a significant difference in the communities we serve. This initiative is another example of that commitment, and we look forward to working together to make this exciting vision a reality. So I think that's awesome. And I think it further underscores how interwoven Our Lady of the Lake is and the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady health system with LSU athletics and the campus. And I understand for a lot of people, it may be sort of ambiguous about how it all relates. But as we have started this partnership with Our Lady of the Lake, I can tell you it has been so impressive learning about not only the vast scope of the FMOL health system, like Our Lady of the Lake in Baton Rouge, Our Lady of Lourdes. I mean, this is a multi-state health system with standalone hospitals, of course, the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital in Baton Rouge, clinics, exceptional care in their investment, and it all roots from what the sisters of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady have been rooted in throughout their entire existence. And it's so impressive. And there's things that I've learned that probably aren't appropriate for me to share here, and that's fine, but it's so validating of the incredible work and the charitable work that the sisters do. And so while, yes, of course, being partnered with a gigantic brand like LSU and LSU Athletics is so important for the growth of the health system and their ability to perform transcendent healthcare and research. No doubt, if you watch LSU athletic events on TV, you've seen the commercials about their groundbreaking sepsis research. I mean, that's all happening right here in Baton Rouge. It's amazing what the FMOL health system, and of course, the Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center is doing for our city, our state, our region. But a giant part of that has been their relationship with LSU, caring for the student athletes, but also the students, and then all of the exceptional care that they provide in and around Baton Rouge. I mean, I've told you, my son is I'm struggling to find an appropriate word. I'm going to say it's wild, but I mean, when I was in high school, I used to volunteer at the Ronald McDonald Playroom at the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital when it was on the third floor of the Regional Medical Center there on Essen in Baton Rouge. And early in my professional career, I was involved in a lot of fundraising efforts as the fundraising was happening for the standalone children's hospital. The Driving the Future campaign. For several years, I emceed their gigantic OLOL Fiesta at the Governor's Mansion. And now, like, my son is cared for at that hospital. It's a full circle thing, which strikes me a lot of times. So I'm walking living proof of, and I know so many of you are as well, of the benefit that Our Lady of the Lake has been. And this isn't, by the way, this isn't a commercial. Like, I don't mean for this to come off that way. I hope you understand. It's a very sincere endorsement of what that care has meant for my family. I know for many of you as well, but the partnership with LSU has been massive. And so this announcement I think is fantastic. It's also validation that a new arena is coming. And that's a question we've asked for some time now. Like, is it actually going to happen? Are they actually going to build a new arena? And there's been a bidding process, and we've heard a lot of the stories about developers and all the conversations that are going on to get that thing across the finish line. And I know it's been public out there that 28 was the target to have a new arena open for basketball, the 28 season. I have no idea, by the way, timelines, how that's affected by these ongoing conversations. I would tell you, I genuinely have no idea if that's affected or anything like that. But I think this is awesome because this is going to be the first time that the naming rights of a building, of an LSU athletic building, have been sold. And I think it's like what I've been told about what's being planned, not just for that arena, but the whole space around the arena involving healthcare facilities and other things on that property. It's going to be transformational for our community. And Our Lady of the Lake being the title sponsor, the naming rights sponsor of that venue is a massive part of what pushes that through. So I understand how in the letter that E.J. Kuiper sent to Our Lady of the Lake employees, making them aware before the news broke, there's maybe a hint of disappointment in that the news broke before they were ready. The news leaked before they were ready for it to. But I still think it's something that we should all celebrate roundly, like a rousing celebration. Because, I mean, if you just care about LSU athletics, the PMAC is old. It's the worst venue. I mean, the PMAC and Coleman Coliseum, but Bama's renovating Coleman, are the two oldest, worst venues in the SEC. And so you're going to have a beautiful new arena for the basketball teams. And I would presume maybe gymnastics and other sports will move over there. I know the conversations have been that, the PMAC will remain in use for some sports, like maybe volleyball. There'll be others, maybe practice facility, mixed-use coach's office, multi-purpose facility. But it'll be a centerpiece that you can show off in the way that you can show off the new box. Like, as much as the old box had so much charm, the old box was a dump. It was a 50-year-old stadium, like with porta potties in the outfield. Again, it had charm, but the program deserved an upgrade, something that was a showpiece, and you have that now. And you can recruit to it and use it for so many wonderful things and to attract other events. And this venue is going to be the same thing. But for something like that to happen, you have to have a sponsor willing to step up and be a naming rights sponsor. And Our Lady of the Lake clearly is deep in negotiations to do that. Again, nothing's final until there's board approval, but the story apparently is leaked. And so leadership at Our Lady of the Lake has let all of their employees know that this news is coming. And we were fortunate enough to get that information here as well, which I'm happy to share with you. And I got the okay to share it. But I don't think it's something that should be looked at any other way than a gigantic positive for what that means for LSU athletics, what it means for the LSU campus, for the city of Baton Rouge, for our entire community to have that type of facility, not just the arena, but everything that's going to be built around the new arena as something that's going to be transformative for our communities. So here, I think it's a great thing. So I think maybe Muse asked me in the break when we were talking about, like, do we know what, or maybe what it's going to be called? I don't know, like, what the exact name will be. It's just that Our Lady of the Lake, apparently in some renderings, there are signs that say Our Lady of the Lake Arena. And it's, some of what I've seen is phenomenal. It's awesome. I mean, it's what you would think if you're going to build this multi-use facility and over there, near where the box is, that part of campus, like across the street where the golf course is. I mean, it's going to be awesome when it's complete. It's still a ways to go to get there, but apparently, what's on the signage is Our Lady of the Lake Arena. Again, I don't know if that's going to be I don't know if that's going to be the formal name of it or what, but Our Lady of the Lake has apparently been deep in discussions for the naming rights of the new basketball arena, which I think is awesome. So, when you need healthcare, go to Our Lady of the Lake. I mean, look how deeply, deeply supportive they are of everything LSU, the school, the university, and LSU athletics. I love that. They've been a great partner of ours. So that's what happened there at the end of last. So you can understand why when we were talking about Kelly Clarkson, what would breakaway and My Life Would Suck Without You, when I was like, hang on.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Makes sense.
I need to address this here in the moment. So, in any event. Okay. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. First South Farm Credit, you want to talk about doing great work. I mean, for more than 100 years now, since 1916, First South Farm Credit's done one thing: help Louisianians buy land. And I say that, I always say the year and how long it's been, because that's such validation. I mean, think about how many businesses come and go. When you've been in business for more than 100 years, more than a century, natural disasters, economic upticks, downturns, world wars, plural, and you're still here thriving, you've got it figured out. And that's First South Farm Credit. So if you're looking to buy that recreational property, maybe that acreage to build your family's dream home, like everybody in agriculture already knows what First South Farm Credit is, who they are, what they do. But it's FirstSouthLand.com. That's the website to start. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. All right, it is after further review. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways that you can get involved in the show if you want to do that. We will have, again, Reagan Rickett coming up with us here in just a few minutes, in 15 minutes to be exact. The LSU baseball signee who today announced he is withdrawing his name from the MLB Draft. He will be an LSU Tiger. Giant win for Jay Johnson. Okay. Let me knock out a break. We'll come back. I do want to talk. There's a preseason composite ranking that's been put together for LSU. Got some preseason thoughts on the Tigers as we are. The next time you hear us after this hour on AFR, we'll be in Atlanta for SEC Football Media Days on LSU's day on Media Row and taking their turn at Media Days. So we'll see you then, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about that as we continue on AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance, two amazing hotel properties in Baton Rouge. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Hey, remember the Watermark Hotel in downtown Baton Rouge? Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. I'm telling you, man, weekend's upon us. If you love a Sunday brunch, if you've never done this, do this with your family one day. Call the Watermark, the Gregory there in the lobby at the Watermark. Book a Sunday brunch and do it at the Watermark. Take your family downtown. Maybe it's you and your spouse, just the two of you. Go to church on Sunday, then go to brunch at the Watermark. The Gregory's right there in the lobby. It's beautiful. It's right there, this big open space in the lobby of the Watermark. There's so much natural light, all the white marble, the chandeliers. It's gorgeous. From the bar, you can look at the foot traffic there on 3rd Street in downtown Baton Rouge. If you're worried about parking, don't. If you're dining at the Gregory, it's always complimentary valet at the Watermark. Watermark Baton Rouge, right there in downtown Baton Rouge. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's how Muse is going to propose. Muse,
but it's a great song, man.
I'll go. What's the movie with John Cusack in the boombox?
Boombox is it's not Love Actually.
Love Actually.
I know it's
Somebody mess with me. I'll be your John Cusack.
Okay,
Muse.
that's what you'll
You
be.
go to her house, ring in hand. I'll have the boombox over my head, blaring "My Life Would Suck Without You." She'll come out, you're on bended knee, and you throw the ring at her.
Yeah,
tell me that's not romantic.
It's
Paulie, tell me that's not romantic.
Very romantic.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Great song, though.
Tell you what, that Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, man.
Big fan of the pop singer?
Had a run.
Still not? What are you talking about? Had a run. That's still a jam.
I know, but she's not still doing music. That's what I meant.
At all?
No, she's doing like daytime
Well, I know
television.
she's got a show. That means she's not singing.
I'll look up when her last tour was. I don't think she's doing music anymore. We got more Kelly Clarkson coming to close out the show here.
All right. What else we got, Muse? Oh, do we have a little, what's the other one I like? Oh, you know which one I like?
What you want?
Miss Independent.
It's a good song. All right. We'll make that happen.
I like that one a lot. We'll lead into Reagan Rickett with Miss Independent. He'll be pumped.
You think he's ever heard that song?
Say anything. Thank you. Shout out to NPH, who just texted me. My high school English teacher, Ms. Heron, just texted me. Say anything. It was right there on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
if she was my teacher in high school, then you know she's old enough to know the name of that movie. I should not have just said that.
Come on. Why you gotta do that?
Because I can. Because she terrorized me. Because she terrorized me for 2 years, but I love her dearly and I still do, and we're friends now later in life. So.
Kelly Clarkson's last tour.
Boy, I want to really hear it for that one.
Was 2019.
I want to really hear it for that one. When was the last album?
Last album. She has had residencies in Vegas since then, so I guess she was kind of doing
so she's still singing.
Her last album, was Chemistry in 2023. Okay.
So she's still singing.
Okay. 10th studio album. How about that? The original American Idol.
All right. Let's see. There is a news outlet now that has a story out about the naming rights to the arena. That website, however, has a paywall. We do not at LouisianaSports.net. So I know Hunt Palmer's getting that story posted over at LSN, LouisianaSports.net. That's how we refer to it internally right now. But you can go read it for free over at LouisianaSports.net. All right. It'll be posted momentarily at LouisianaSports.net. If you missed my last segment, got word. This is something that, very candidly, I've known has been in the works for a while. But until something is done, it's not done and still not done. But via a public records request, there were some renderings that got leaked. A story leaked, and the story is now out about naming rights for the new basketball arena, which will be the Our Lady of the Lake Arena. as they are in discussions. So, okay. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Again, Reagan Rickett will be here in just a few minutes. This is, no doubt, this is going to be something that will dominate conversation next week at SEC Football Media Days. Ross Dellinger, literally just minutes ago, published this story. House attorneys slam NCAA and power conferences over denied NIL deals. Issue legal warning about settlement. You might recall earlier in the week, Ross Dellinger, if you didn't see it, wrote a story citing sources about the number of NIL deals that have been denied through Deloitte, the clearinghouse. This reads, in a terse 2-page letter sent to the NCAA and Power Conference officials Friday, Jeffrey Kessler, a co-lead House plaintiff attorney, along with Steve Berman, requested the NCAA conference retract a statement of guidance released Thursday from the College Sports Commission, presumably reinstated name, image, and likeness deals that the CSC has denied, many of them from booster-backed collectives. Basically saying, all the deals y'all denying now through the collective that were in state, you're violating the House settlement. We have all been under the impression that those collective deals under the House settlement were no longer going to be valid. That was the whole thing. NIL deals, as it were, the pay-for-play wasn't going to be valid. Everything would have to go through the clearinghouse. Well, they've been denying deals. The clearinghouse has, and now attorneys in the House settlement are like, I mean, we're not a month. This was January 1. Excuse me, this was July 1. We're 10 days into this. We're 10 days in to this new world. And you've already got attorneys going, you're violating the settlement. Buckle up, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. What a time. I don't have much more to add other than my feeling on this has always been market value is determined by what someone is willing to pay for something. And Deloitte can look at what they deem market value for certain deliverables, but if somebody, I mean, in a very literal sense, if someone is willing to pay something, that's what it's worth. Be it, a baseball card is a picture on a piece of cardboard. But if someone imputes a certain value on it, that's what it's worth. And so a player, you're playing college football at a certain place, even if the deliverable is a signed sheet of paper or an appearance, whatever someone's willing to pay for that is what it's worth. I mean, in a very literal sense, in a free market sense. So it kind of feels like this is all going to, undeniably somehow, some way, wealthy boosters that are willing to invest in the programs they support to keep them healthy and competitive, will always find a way to make sure that their programs stay healthy and competitive, however it may be. Okay, it's after further review. We'll stay on time. We'll come back from this break. Reagan Rickett, LSU baseball signee, who says, hey, MLB Draft. Ha! He'll be here next, AFR.
AFR.
Man, if you're a business owner, you're heading into the weekend, you may be thinking, yeah, I had the weekend off. But you know what never sleeps? Your business. Your business never sleeps. Doesn't matter what industry you're in, you know that. A business is a living, breathing organism, like a baby. You never stop parenting your child. You never stop running your business. And if you're struggling to find ways to make your business its most efficient, then Glow Resources can help. They're a Louisiana company. Shout out to Jareth Knockan and the gang at Glow. Last week, when the Baton Rouge Business Report list, the top 100 private companies came out, Glow Resources in that number, and they built an incredible business. But home base is still right here. And while they can help businesses by placing employees and jobs and companies all over the world, and they do, their corporate headquarters right there on Perkins Road next to Pennington. And home base is still where they thrive. So if you need to find the right people, you need Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
With bold leadership and a growing population, Louisiana is rewarding excellence, attracting high-value companies, and fueling opportunity. Louisiana is winning now, and the sky is the limit. With every region and industry growing across a beautiful state that's more than a culture, it's a community with a quality of life that's more than satisfying. It's sustainable because the Louisiana you thought you knew is better than ever now. Come home, Louisiana.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Muse jamming on a Friday. Normally Terrio's here and we're playing Nola Bounce. Somehow, I don't know how. I really don't know how it happened today. But we went down a Kelly Clarkson Connect the Dots.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we got there, but it started with Avril Lavigne writing Breakaway.
Yeah, like one lyric, we got another that led my brain to the song Breakaway, and I told Muse, do you know who wrote Breakaway? It was actually Avril Lavigne who wrote the Kelly Clarkson song, and then Muse said that was Kelly Clarkson's biggest hit. I said, I don't think that was her biggest hit. So she looked it up. I guess what it was. It was actually My Life Would Suck Without You. And so I said, let's just play some Kelly Clarkson bangers the rest of the day. And here we are.
Here we are.
And we're waiting on Reagan Rickett.
We are.
Is he going to get AFR mojo?
I really hope he doesn't, because I'd like him to be a great pitcher at LSU.
You know what's got great mojo right now is Kelly Clarkson, Miss Independent.
He does.
All right. You texted him? Okay, he's calling back. That's fine.
I
do what you got to do. So, Reagan Rickett, if you missed the news earlier today, you can kill, I was going to say kill Kelly Clarkson, but kill the
let's
song.
not do that. Yes, let's just turn the song off is what we'll do.
Fade
it out. Fade it out.
Someone will clip that and put it on the internet. No, I'm not out here trying to cause any bodily harm to Kelly Clarkson. That's an industry term. So we'll see if we can get Reagan. He's not answering the phone. Mew said that he got sent to voicemail. So we'll let you know if we get him. We'd love to have that conversation with Reagan Rickett. I think it's really significant. That's one of the guys who we talked about earlier in the week who has a draft decision to make, but he's a right-hander, quirky delivery, as I was told, an immediate impact guy out of the bullpen. But teams don't typically draft high projected bullpen arms. So for a guy like Ricken, maybe come to LSU, immediate guy out of the bullpen, work your way into being a starter, and then potentially a top of the draft guy throughout his career. But anyway, we'll let him tell the story if we can get him on the phone. So we'll see if it works out. No worries. If it works, great. If not, it's okay. We'll try. Well, I would say we'll try next week, but we'll be at SC Media Days next week. We'll figure it out. All right, glad to have you aboard with us here. If you missed it again, just a bit ago, we did discuss this news. The naming rights for the new basketball arena, which it looks like is now being projected for 2029. For a long time, the target was 2028, but that as this has stalled out, it continues to go. But there was a Freedom of Information Act request, and as a result of that, some renderings of the new arena with the name Our Lady of the Lake Arena on it were leaked, and so the story got out there before folks at Our Lady of the Lake and the FMOL health system were wanting it to. Obviously, it would still need final board approval, and everything with the developer has still been sort of stuck in the mud as they don't even have a final deal yet. But I think that's super encouraging as we've talked about a high dollar naming rights deal, which supports LSU, but not just LSU. Once you see some of the renderings that are out there, not just for the arena, but for everything that's planned for that entire complex, it's going to be transformative. So, okay. All right. One second. Can you please just, Phil, or do something for me, please?
Sure, yeah. At least thought I could.
You're not doing a good job.
I blanked too. I'm sorry. My bad, man. Yeah. We're going to get some LSU preseason rankings. They've had a composite. Kind of compare and contrast with Phil Steele. He was with us earlier on the show. If you missed.
Okay. Do we have time for that? Do we even have time?
Yeah, we have time for that. Why not? We had to do Ask Ryan at the end of the show, but we have time for the segment right now.
This has been a little disjointed, admittedly.
Well,
but it happens. All right. We did tease it, so we can do that now. There is a composite college football preseason ranking. So the Sporting News went and looked at all of the major I'm sorry. You take this, please. I'm sorry. I just talk about the industry composite.
Yeah, I will. So yes, as Matt said, the Sporting News went around. You've seen how many different preseason polls, obviously throughout the offseason here of college football, and they vary. So the Sporting News said, well, let's get 11 of them. The publications include the Action Network, Athlon, The Athletic, Bleacher Report, ESPN, 247, like on and on and on, on three, and try to compile a composite. Texas was your number one team in the nation composite-wise. Their lowest ranking in the poll was third. If you're wondering where LSU is, and it's not to bury the lead anymore, LSU came in at number 8. LSU's high ranking was 6. LSU's low ranking was 15. They did not note which poll had them ranked the highest, had them ranked the lowest. But number 8, which I think a lot of people, I mean, honestly, that makes a lot of sense as to where LSU would most likely slot in. If you're looking at this, if you're wondering where that has them in the SEC, that has LSU the third highest ranked SEC team. Behind only Texas, again, as we said, was number 1. And then Georgia. Georgia came in at 5. LSU's week 1 opponent, Clemson, came in at 4. So that's going to be a top 10 matchup, I think, as we all expect. But if you're looking composite and trying to figure out where the national feel for LSU is, where they might slot in, not only in the country, but even in the SEC right there, it's third. What's interesting is when we had Phil Steele on earlier in the show, Phil, like he does during football season, spent 2 segments with us in the first hour, and we just kind of previewed the entirety of the SEC, his all-SEC teams, all of that stuff, and again, some over-unders, but mainly his order of finish in the league. And Phil Steele was asked by Matt for his season prediction on LSU, and this is what he said.
I've got LSU coming in a 3-way tie for 4th in the SEC. I've got the big 3 at the top with Georgia, Texas, and Alabama. When I look at LSU, the games I have an underdog in this year are at Clemson, at Alabama, and at Oklahoma. So I'm looking at 9 wins for the total for LSU this year would be my preseason line. I believe the over-under is 8.5, so I'd be leaning towards the over.
So 9-3, Phil Steele has LSU going this season and 4th in the SEC, which again, if you're looking at this, preseason top 25 composite, LSU's the 3rd highest ranked SEC team. He mentioned he'd have them behind Alabama. Well, Alabama in this ended up at 9, so 1 spot behind LSU. Which, I mean, man, that's going to be the toughest one, I think, for LSU fans listening to that and listening to us here, to deal with is Bama. Because, I mean, look, Texas ahead of you, okay, fine. Georgia, sure. Those 2 teams played for Texas made the playoff 2 years in a row. Georgia and Texas played for the SEC championship a year ago. You look at Alabama, and the main question is, okay, who's going to play quarterback? Like, is Ty Simpson really going to author an Alabama team to go 11-1 and in the playoff and maybe win the SEC? I think that's really hard for a lot of people to grapple with if you're not just looking at the name on the front of the jersey, quite honestly there. But LSU, Matt, yes? Or nope? Okay. I didn't know if you were ready to jump back in there.
So LSU 8?
LSU is 8.
The composite?
That was the composite. Their high ranking was 6. Their low ranking was 15.
It's probably about where I figured most would be. Most would have them. A little surprised. I know Phil Steele had him at 11. I saw that, which is a little surprising to see him outside of the top 10. My contention on LSU has been, will continue to be that the perception of LSU, I think, begins to change next week. And I know I've said this before, but for the benefit of those who haven't heard it, do you know who Texas added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Georgia added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Alabama added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Ohio State added in the portal?
No, I don't.
Significant adds for USC in the portal?
Couldn't tell you.
Let's go through the top 10. Texas, Ohio State. You know who Penn State added in the portal?
No.
Clemson?
Nope.
Clemson added the defensive end from Purdue.
Okay.
That was a guy that everybody wanted. That's one. I can't remember his name, but everybody wanted him. Georgia, Notre Dame?
Couldn't tell you. No.
Like, they lost. I mean, the quarterback, Leonard's gone. Who's going to play quarterback at Notre Dame this year? Like, I forgot offhand. Point is, like, we're going to learn all of these things. But you know who's going to play quarterback at Oregon this year? Dylan Gabriel's gone.
Oh, gosh, I saw the kid's name the other day, actually, in Heisman rankings, and I forgot.
It's Dante Moore.
That's it, yes.
Who started
from UCLA.
At UCLA.
Yes.
Who was a big recruit, but again, it's a new quarterback.
Yes.
My point is, we go through the offseason, and we are hyper-focused in the offseason on the team we care about. Like, that's the reality. When you get into the season, you're watching everybody's games. You watch your team's games, but you spend Saturdays watching everybody's games. And so you learn about other people's teams, what you like, don't. But, like, in the offseason, you are hyper-focused on your team. So, like, we all know what LSU did in the portal. Like, I know who Braylon Moore is. If I go to Knoxville, Tennessee, and go on radio with Jason Swain, I guarantee you he has no clue who Braylon Moore or Josh Thompson is. But I guarantee you if I went on radio in Tuscaloosa, Alabama today, nobody has a clue who A.J. Halsey is. Zero. A DB from Houston? Nobody has a clue. Like, I didn't know who A.J. Halsey was until LSU signed him. And then you start digging and realizing, he led the nation in interceptions, was an all-conference safety. LSU makes sense. My point is, I don't think people who are putting together their rankings, projections, etc., know what LSU has added. Next week, they're all going to know. And everyone's going to start to go, oh, you got a fifth-year senior and the most experienced quarterback in the conference returning. Harold Perkins is healthy. and you added all that in the portal, and then you look at the schedule, which actually is favorable. Like, I understand opening at Clemson is tough. I'm not saying that. You got to go to Ole Miss and to Bama. And every SEC schedule is tough. Like, there is no easy SEC schedule. But you avoid back-to-back road conference games. And in all of your toughest games, you have a relative layup before it, right? You play Southeastern before you go to Ole Miss. You have an open date before you play South Carolina. You've got Vanderbilt before A&M. You got an open date before Bama. You got Western Kentucky before Oklahoma. But my point is, all of your toughest games, you get a little bit of a layup before them. So there's not this brutal back-to-back anywhere on your schedule. And I think that shapes up really well for LSU. And I think next week is when you're going to start to hear a lot of that. Some know, like J.D. Piquel's been one of the guys from On 3 nationally who's kind of gets it. Like, he's been one of the ones nationally who's kind of banging that drum. I don't think most people know yet, but they will after next week. That's the point of something like Media Days. It's when you start to have those conversations, you realize, like they're actually going to be really, really good. So that's when I think this all starts to change. At least the perception of it all starts to change. All right. It is After Further Review. Glad to have you aboard with us here. Brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. You're never far from a Shaw Bills location. Started in Morgan City, moved up to Baton Rouge, over to Lafayette. I'm telling you, if you're taking that last road trip, you need new tires, tire rotation, oil change, any type of auto work done, they can help you out, and they're going to treat you like family. You know, it's amazing when you think about Shaw Bills. This is a company that literally has a customer bill of rights. They believe these are the things that you as their customer are entitled to, and they expect every one of their employees to know that. So that's when I say they treat you like family. It's not just a slogan. It's something everyone there lives by. And when you have this exceptional customer service experience, you want to come back year after year after year. It creates tremendous loyalty. They've done that for more than 50 years now. It's Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, y'all, it is After Further Review. When I got our final break of the show, we'll come back. We'll do Ask Ryan, even though Terrio's not here. Stay with us. It's AFR.
AFR.
Action Industries is a proud partner of LSU Athletics. ActionINC.com. Action Industries Incorporated. That's the website. ActionINC.com. ActionINC.com for Action Industries. Remember, over at Action Industries, they do have the Advanced Turnaround Group. That is their turnaround division. And their turnaround division over there at the Advanced Turnaround Group, all they ask is just for an opportunity to bid your next job. They just want an opportunity to bid your next job so you can experience the difference with the Advanced Turnaround Group. They have 24-hour availability for emergencies. At the Advanced Turnaround Group, they offer specialty welding. You're going to get personal attention, which sometimes is the differentiator between Action Industries, the Advanced Turnaround Group, and the mega contractors. It's that personal attention. These are people whose entire careers are centered around turnaround work. It's the Advanced Turnaround Group over at Action Industries. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie with $22,500 off MSRP with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
At Auctioner, We know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrap it up. Friday edition of AFR. Next time we talk, of course, we're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Next time we talk to you, we will be in Atlanta, GA, over at SEC Football Media Days. Our coverage will be presented by Parrish Construction and Roofing. LSU and Ole Miss will kick off Monday, so starting with a bang. We will have the opportunity, I've already confirmed, to talk to Brian Kelly and each of the players individually, Garrett Nussmeier, Whit Weeks.
Hope he didn't wear the collar.
Scott said, question, is LSU able to make these hires due to not having Bo Davis' salary? No. We're talking about support staff salary members. Remember, you've had a lot of turnover there. Jordan Arsamont left to go work for an agency. Preston Tiffany left to go work for the Philadelphia Eagles. Some staff members like Nick Brissett, Jacoby Stevens were let go and they weren't subsequently replaced. Jazz Smith, the director of football operations, is no longer back, and they promoted from within. So there have been a lot of shuffling of the chairs, but man, it's been a heck of a week for LSU athletics and LSU football. All right, it's going to do it for us here on this Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Muse Paulie, appreciate y'all. If you miss anything, catch AFR on demand. We're Wheels Up on Sunday. We'll be at Radio Row from SEC Football Media Days Monday in Atlanta.
AFR.
Brought to you by Supper Club. The weekend is upon us. If you're looking for something to celebrate or just a reason to get out, why would you go anywhere other than Supper Club? The best place to celebrate anything, a birthday, an anniversary, a graduation, a promotion at work, a major life event, get by Supper Club because you're going to have the greatest dining experience, the food experience, literally experiences you can't have anywhere else. Things like the Japanese, the omi beef, the herb beef, which are you literally can only get at a handful of restaurants in the world. Supper Club. It sounds wild to say, but that herb beef, the omi beef I tell you about, Brandon had to join a Japanese beef cooperative just to have the opportunity to buy that beef. There's like 5 restaurants in the country that sell it. One of them's right here in Baton Rouge, Supper Club on Perkins Road. But the experience always is out of this world. It's Supper Club. Get your reservations today at supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.